What's up? Thank you guys for tuning in to Sportshead Radio. I'm your gracious host, Emmanuel. Now we're going to be officially talking about the second weekend of March Madness, the round of 16. Now with the first matchup, we have the 4-seeded Florida State Seminoles versus the Gonzaga Bulldogs. This is going to be a pretty good matchup because some people do have Florida State heading into the Final Four, but Gonzaga is the most balanced team in the country. I have Gonzaga winning. I do believe Florida State's will cause some problems early, but I do believe Gonzaga will pull away and win this. I have Gonzaga winning by at least 6 points. Now for the next matchup, we have the 3-seeded Purdue Boilermakers versus Tennessee. I can see Purdue winning this game. Purdue's actually been playing better in the tournament than what people believe. They've been struggling in terms of scoring the basketball. This is prior to the Big Ten Conference Tournament. Now you have Tennessee, who's been playing pretty well down the stretch. They did blow a pretty big lead against Iowa. Well, they're a pretty good offensive team. But with that being said, I have Tennessee winning this a close game by 3 points. Let's look into the next matchup. Texas Tech versus Michigan. 3-seeded Texas Tech Red Raiders versus the number 2 seed Michigan Wolverines. Texas Tech, they've been been on a tear in terms of scoring the basketball and being lights out from 3. Now with Michigan, they look so far as a Final Four team. I expected Buffalo to be in this position. This is the only team I got wrong outside of my Elite 8 when picking Buffalo as my Cinderella. Unfortunately, got eliminated by Texas Tech this past weekend. But with that being said, I like Michigan because of the way they don't turn the basketball over. Texas Tech has a tendency to turn the ball over at a high rate at times. But I like Michigan to win this game close because their ability to play defense can match up with Texas Tech. But Michigan's ability to take care of the basketball, I believe, will be a crucial part at the end of the game. I have Michigan by 2 points. Next game, we have the 12-seeded Oregon Ducks versus Virginia. I could see Virginia losing to Oregon. Oregon is becoming here riding high, but something tells me Virginia's going to win this game close. I think this is going to be a 1-point win. I say 78-77. Virginia wins in a close one. Now for the next game, we have the 5th-seeded team Auburn Tigers facing against the UNC Tar Heels out of North Carolina and Chapel Hill. This is pretty interesting because Auburn, they're very good in terms of the guard play. They've been shooting pretty lights out from 3. And this UNC team, a lot of people have them as one of their top teams in terms of the power rankings. I think Carolina is going to win this game because of they're basically top 10 in the country in the rebounding rate. I believe they're able to control the boards. Auburn doesn't have as many bigs to contain Luke May or Garrison. I like UNC to win this game by at least 8 points. With the next game, we have the 3-seeded LSU Tigers versus the number 2-seeded Michigan State Spartans. This could go either way because LSU, they're one of the top 10 teams in terms of scoring the basketball. Michigan State, they're basically in the top 25 in scoring the basketball. Both of these teams could play up and down. I have Michigan State win this game because they could grind it out pretty well. I like this Michigan State team to beat LSU and head into the Elite 8. Now to the next game, we have the 4-seeded Virginia Tech Hokies versus Duke. Virginia Tech did beat Duke without Zion. Zion obviously is going to play in this game. He's going to be a factor. And Duke is one of the top, they're basically number 1 in the country in block shots. I think this is going to be a close game, more than what people believe. But I do believe Duke edges out and squeaks by and get a victory. It wouldn't surprise me if Virginia Tech won. I do like Blackshear as a player, but I think Duke's going to win another close game. Which is going to create the excitement for March Madness. So I have Duke winning again by 1 point. Next game, we have Houston versus Kentucky. The Houston Cougars, the number 3 seed, they're facing off against the number 2 seeded Kentucky Wildcats. This game could go either way. Kentucky likes to play up and down. We don't know if PJ Washington's going to be available for this game. That's a huge question mark. But this Houston team is pretty balanced. They could go toe-to-toe with Kentucky, I personally believe, in terms of points scored, offensive efficiency, defensive efficiency. They're number 1 in the country in shooting defense as well. With that being said, I'm actually pulling the upset. I like Houston to upset Kentucky. Now, to my Elite 8 picks. In the East region, I have the Duke Blue Devils facing off against Michigan State. I could see Michigan State winning this game. Also, I can see Duke winning this game. I have Duke winning this game close. I believe Zion's going to be a big factor, and I don't see Michigan State being able to match up with Zion in this game, because Zion's ability to play both ends of the floor and his tenacity is going to really affect this Duke team. I have Duke going to the Final Four. Now for the next game in the West region, we have Gonzaga versus Michigan. Michigan, they're playing like a Final Four team so far, but Gonzaga is the most balanced team. And the problem I have with Michigan is their offensive efficiency does not match up with Gonzaga's, which is in the top 3 in the country. With that being said, I like Gonzaga to win by close to double digits. For the South region, we have the number 1 seed Virginia Cavaliers versus the number 2 seed Tennessee Volunteers. This is actually the weakest bracket, but Tennessee's playing really well. Virginia plays a box of 4, which creates a vulnerability with the post players, and they do have one with Williams and Schofield, who could play in and out. I do like Tennessee to win. I think they could expose that matchup if Virginia doesn't score that many amount of points. So I like Tennessee to advance into the Final Four over Virginia. Next game on the Midwest region, North Carolina Tar Heels versus the number 3 seed Houston Cougars. Houston was one of my teams in terms of my team watch for March Madness, and I know this team are a potential Final Four team. I think UNC is running too high right now, and I like UNC to win a close ball game by at least 5 points. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. You guys go ahead and click and subscribe on the Space Entertainment Network on YouTube, you guys, and go ahead and follow them on Instagram as well. Guys, go ahead and follow me at Sportshead Radio on Instagram, Twitter, and on SoundCloud. Also follow me on Periscope at Sportshead Radio 1, and the Twitter page for the Space Entertainment Network will be coming soon, you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.